What if I told you that some of the most powerful diabetes drugs on the planet are basically imitating something your own gut bacteria already do for free? I'm serious. The tiny microbes living in your intestines aren't just along for the ride. They're busy, and when you feed them the right raw materials, they act like a hormone factory, pumping out signals that flatten blood sugar spikes, cool inflammation, and even turn down your appetite. Feed them the wrong stuff, or starve them, and that factory slows down or starts backfiring. In the next few minutes, we will discuss some short-chain fatty acids that can regulate hormones like GLP-1 and PYY, and you will understand how to make use of your gut bacteria to regulate these hormones. As always, we fight misinformation by providing only science-backed content with references, because you only deserve the best info. So let's have a quick peek inside your gut. Inside your gut, trillions of microbes ferment the fibers and resistant starches you eat. That fermentation creates short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, like butyrate, propionate, and acetate. You don't see them, you don't taste them, but they behave like text messages from your gut to your pancreas, your brain, your fat cells, and your immune system. These SCFAs can act like tiny hormone whispers that coordinate your metabolism after every meal. Let's start with butyrate, the repair chief. Butyrate is the preferred fuel for your colon cells. It helps seal the gut barrier by tightening those microscopic junctions between cells, which means fewer inflammatory sparks leak into your bloodstream. It also dials down F-kappa B, a master switch for inflammation. In other words, butyrate patches the walls and turns off the fire alarm. Less leakiness, less immune overreaction, better insulin sensitivity. If you've ever wondered why some people feel calmer, less bloated, and more even when they eat beans, barley, or oats regularly, butyrate is a big part of the answer. Then, we also have propionate, the negotiator. Propionate nudges your gut to release GLP-1 and PYY, two hormones that tell your brain we're satisfied, and help your pancreas release insulin more gracefully. GLP-1 is the pathway that famous weight loss and diabetes drugs target. It's important to keep in mind that dose and context matter. In balanced amounts, propionate is great for satiety and glucose control. In excess or in the wrong metabolic context, it's been linked to slightly higher diabetes risk. So, we don't want to mainline one SCFA. We want the natural symphony your microbes conduct when they get a variety of fibers. And let's not forget acetate. It's the most abundant SCFA and a key player in energy balance. It helps coordinate how your liver and muscles handle fuel. Now, who are some key workers in this factory? Two names worth knowing, even if you forget them 5 minutes from now, are Akkermansia muciniphila and Faecalibacterium prausnitzii. These are two beneficial bacteria that like making the above-mentioned short-chain fatty acids. In study after study, people with more of these microbes tend to have better insulin sensitivity and lower inflammation. They're like the elite technicians on the assembly line. When they're well fed, the factory hums and your metabolism benefits. This isn't just theory. I'm talking about real human data. In one clinical trial, people took an inulin propionate, ester, a way to deliver propionate deeper into the gut. They experienced higher levels of GLP-1 and PYY, lower calorie intake, and improved appetite control. In another study, sodium butyrate supplementation improved insulin sensitivity and nudged fasting glucose down. And here's my favourite part. Food can do this too. Mediterranean-style diets such as vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and olive oil consistently raises fecal SFAs. Barley-rich meals, in particular, are famous for flattening post-meal glucose curves because they feed the very microbes that make more SCFAs. So how do you feed the gut balance factory at home without turning your life upside down? Start with a single daily swap and build from there. Resistant starch is your on-ramp. Cooked and cooled potatoes, think potato salad, lentils, beans, chickpeas, barley, oats, and even slightly green bananas. These don't fully digest in the small intestine. They cruise to the colon, where your microbes do their thing and pay you back in SCFAs. Barley, oats, and rye are especially good because they bring fermentable fibers your microbes love. If you want a simple 2-week SCFA experiment, try this. Week 1, swap your breakfast cereal for oatmeal 3 days this week. Add a half cup of beans or lentils to one lunch or dinner. And on 2 evenings, cool your potatoes or rice, then reheat them before eating. That cooling step increases resistant starch. In week 2, repeat and add a barley bowl or barley mixed rice once or twice. If you use a glucose meter or CGM, check the 1 hour and 2 hour readings after your old meal and after your factory-fed meal. No meter? No problem. Watch for the subjective wins, fewer crashes, a quieter snack urge, and steadier afternoon energy. Now let's address a few questions you might already have. Won't beans bloat me? Possibly at first, because your microbes are literally changing their job description. Go low and slow. Start with a few tablespoons and build up. Rinse canned beans well, try lentils, which are often gentler, and consider adding a pinch of cumin or ginger to help digestion. Within a week or 2, most people adapt, and the benefits start to outweigh the grumbles. And what about supplements? Should you take butyrate pills? They can help some people, but food tends to create a better balance of SCFAs. Remember that propionate nuance. Whole foods give you butyrate, acetate, and propionate together, in human-tested proportions, plus polyphenols, minerals, and fiber textures that slow digestion naturally. Supplements are tools, not magic. Food is the blueprint. So, what about bread? Do you have to give up rice or bread? Not necessarily, just be smart about them. Mix rice with lentils or barley, cool and reheat when possible, and pair starches with vegetables and protein. Veggies first, protein next, carbs last. Your spikes will thank you. For bread, look for varieties with oats or barley, and at least a few grams of fibre per slice. The goal isn't perfection, it's feeding the factory most days. Let me give you a mental model you can carry into any meal. Picture 2 switches on your internal metabolic control panel. One switch is labelled spike, the other steady. White bread, sugary drinks, and overcooked sticky rice. Those nudge the spike switch on. Beans, oats, barley, cooled and reheated starches. Those nudge the steady switch on by creating more SCFAs. Add a salad starter or a veggie protein preload, and you're stacking switches in your favour. It's not you versus carbs, it's you plus trillions of microbial allies, tuning the panel together. Now, let's have a word or two about motivation, because behaviour change is hard. A neat lab mechanism won't get you out of bed to make oatmeal. So, here's your quick win timeline. Day 1. Notice fewer sugar whiplash feelings after a fibre-rich meal. Days 3 to 5. Appetite feels quieter between meals. Week 2. If you're tracking, your post-meal numbers should look less jagged. Weeks 3 to 4. If your doctor orders fructosamine, it often starts moving. Fast feedback. Over the next couple of months, your HbA1c begins to reflect the new normal. And all of this happens while you're still eating foods you enjoy, just engineered to feed the gut biome factory. Remember, SCFAs are not just gas makers. Gas is a side effect of fermentation, which happens when your gut bacteria feed. Fermentation molecules are chemical signals. They tell the gut to release GLP-1 and PYY. They tell immune cells to calm down. They tell the gut lining to produce more mucus and tighten up its barrier. They even nudge muscles to take up glucose more efficiently. If you've been thinking of your gut as a simple plumbing system, keep in mind that your gut is an endocrine organ with its own language. And SCFAs are part of its vocabulary. A quick pro tip if you're already using psyllium from the last episode. Great, keep that. You can layer SCFA-friendly foods on top. Psyllium helps blunt the immediate spike by thickening the meal in your gut, while beans, barley, lentils, and oats feed the microbes that shape tomorrow's appetite and insulin sensitivity. If you're eating out, choose the bowl with beans, swap fries for a side salad or lentil soup, order sushi with a seaweed salad and share the rice, and ask for whole grain bread when it's an option. If you know dinner will be carb heavy, have a veggie protein starter or a small fibre preload chadta 10 to 15 minutes before. You can't always control the menu, but you can almost always feed the gut factory a little. When you feed your gut microbes the right materials, they manufacture hormones and signals that act like metabolic software updates. Better appetite signals, smoother insulin, a calmer immune system. You don't need perfect discipline, just consistent inputs. So try one swap tomorrow. Oatmeal instead of cereal, lentils mixed into rice, or a barley salad as a side, a cooled and reheated potato with dinner. Give your microbial factory a fresh shipment of raw materials and let it do what it's wired to do. At the end of the day, it's not just you versus carbs. It's you plus a trillion tiny co-workers. Feed them well, and they'll work like medicine. If you learned something today, hit the subscribe button and share this info with someone who'll benefit from it. Stay curious, and see you in the next one.